So you spoke about possibility, right?
Mm.
So can you expand a little bit upon that, and what do you mean by possibility, and what do you mean by stepping into possibility?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we could probably spend hours talking about possibility, but I think sort of at its heart, the world feels like it's lacking possibility, but for not only those that might be, for example, at the bottom of the pyramid, but all across the world. It can feel as though we're living in really dark times. I mean, look at the news, pick your device, pick your media forum, printed media, digital media, and the news is of course quite negative. And it looks like the world is a really, really troubled and bad place. There is of course war in Europe. Who thought that would happen? There's geopolitical risk and tension in Asia, and there's all sorts of conflict in other parts of the world, and there's distrust with big business and technology, and it's just a lot of negative narrative, and it doesn't feel like there is possibility. And I think what I observe, what happens in that sense, is that people tend to shrink down. And it's safer to go small. It's safer to play small. It's safer to focus on what you know and what you can control. And so I appreciate that the world feels as though there isn't possibility. It feels stuck. It feels like it's stagnating. It feels like things are spiraling out of control. And, that's people in my family feel that way, let alone people who are, affected by a natural, disaster, conflict. The world is going through a tough time economically, of course, and so I don't obsess over the dark side, if you like, but it's a reality. But what I do, I can't help but kind of try to face into the light, into that possibility, and it's there. And I'm super lucky to have stumbled across the exponential organization framework that you're familiar with, Mukesh. And I think I joined the community as number 253, and now there's close to 25,000 members. And it's a framework that Salim Ismail, he studied 200 of the world's fastest growing companies, unicorns. 6 years ago, he released a book, and it's what's working in the world. How are things growing? And we might not like it. I don't necessarily love everything that big tech does, but what they're doing is creating new value in the world. And that's like a seed of possibility. And that's the space that I largely work in now.